Hi, I'm Paul Remde, and I'm here with Eric Mozer. He is the working on the WGC in Uvalde, and that is coming up in just a couple of weeks. Eric, nice to see you here.
See, Paul.
The what is your role at the WGC for the contest?
So I am what's known as the director of the championships. It's a just one of the three heads of the one of the three phases of the organization team. It's my lane. I deal with dignitaries. We kind of have separated out different roles. So I will be acting in that capacity.
Okay, great. And I know that Sherman Griffith, he's also been very involved in getting things rolling. And
That's
there's
right.
all right. So here we are at the WGC website. It's WGC 2024 Uvalde.com. Once you get there, you click on the Learn More button here to go to the main page where there's a list of contestants. Is kind of a nice thing. If I click on contestants here, you can see the 18-meter class, open class, and 20-meter class, the different gliders that will be there. It's going to be an exciting contest. We've got some new gliders that have never flown on the world level, like the JS5 from Jonker Sailplanes in South Africa. One of the Jonker brothers is going to be flying one of those. I think there's a total of 4 or 5 of them flying in the contest, so that'll be fun. There's also the Binder EB29, Michael Zomer, who flew it in Uvalde in, I think it was 2012. He will be competing in his EB29R open class sailplane. Also the AS33ME, the electric self-launching sailplane, and I think the Ventus 3. And then we've got in the 18-meter class, there's quite a few JS3s. We've got AS33. Anyway, it's going to be a great contest. The Uvalde is such a fantastic place to fly. Extremely strong soaring conditions. High speeds will be achieved. It'll be a fun contest. Let's see. How long have you guys been working on getting this contest rolling?
So the initial bid was after discussion with Mark Huffseller and Sherman Griffith. We put together the idea to bid in 2019. So it's been 5 years ago, and then it was accepted. We put our bid into the International Gliding Commission at their plenary meeting in 2020, and were accepted as the host. So interesting little bit of information is this bid. This was originally scheduled for 2023. However, COVID pushed everything, the entire IGC calendar back 1 year. So that's why we're here today instead of last year.
Okay. I'm going to pull up a schedule here. So we've got let's see, official training begins August 14th. So that's the first flying practice days. But there's unofficial flying August 11th. And I think there are people there already flying. Is that correct?
That is correct. In fact, the 2 Brazilian pilots, one flying the fly-by-wire glider, which is a fascinating one,
Yeah.
the Nixus, and a JS3. I was in Uvalde for a planning meeting about 3 weeks ago, and they were already on site. So, yes, the beginning, in the first, which was yesterday, everybody is starting to roll in, and containers have been arrived. They've been offloaded, and so this next week we'll have quite a bit of activity. But the flying that will take place between now and the 11th, the start of the unofficial, will be just strictly on their own. We do have tow planes, but it really will not be operated as from our side as a contest operation.
Okay, and then the practice days go from the 14th to the opening
16.
to the 16th, and then the opening ceremonies are on the 17th.
That's right. Opening ceremonies on the 17th. First launch on the 18th.
Okay, and the contest runs from the 18th to the 30th, and then there is a farewell party that evening of the 30th, and then the closing ceremonies are in the morning on the 31st.
That's right. Closing ceremonies on the morning of the 30th.
Great. I'm going to pull up a little map here. This is a map of Uvalde Airport with some things highlighted here for the event. We've got the main runways here and the taxiway. They'll be launching on the taxiway as well, right? And landing.
So there'll be 2, correct. We've done that in the past. This is the 3rd World Championships we've had in Uvalde, so our operation is fairly smooth. The big ships, the open class and the 20-meter class will be launching on the taxiway.
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons for that is there's no taxiway lights should they drag a wing, nothing to do that. And the main runway is wider, and we'll be having the 18-meter launches there up to abreast.
Oh, okay, great. And then we've got the pilots meetings over in the community college.
In the junior college, which is adjacent to the airfield.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the gymnasium. Everything, all the activities are within walking distance of the airfield. So the junior college and the OSTIP Congress, which will begin later and after the beginning of the contest, everything will be easily accessible from the airfield.
Yeah. And then, so this is the main office here, the registration, scoring, admin. That's where people will check in when they get there and do all their paperwork and get everything official and ready to go. Over here is the scrutineering, where they would bring their glider to have it weighed. And there's a procedure. The document I'm looking at right now is a document that all the contestants received, which has a lot of information about how they can move around the airport and get to have their glider weighed and things like that. And then let me see if I can find another map that shows. This is the tie down, one of the tie down areas. And then at the end of the tie down area, this is the grotto. That's going to be where there'll be like a tent or for hanging out at the end of the day.
Well, there's two things. Mark has developed this grotto, which is in a grove of really beautiful trees on the edge of the airport. He's built in there tables and a bar, and it's kind of an area. But adjacent to that, a large tent that will also accommodate for pilots, both shade before the and activities for post-flight activities.
Okay, great. I think that's all I needed to do in regard to maps. Let's see. So if a visitor comes to the glider port, they could access this grotto area and hang out there while the competitors are out on course?
That is correct. The tent and the grotto will be available to enjoy the launch and wait. And that we're hoping to have a TV which will be showing the progress of the competitors during the day, available in the grotto or in the tent area, where we haven't fixed that yet, but so they should have availability to access a live scoring of the competition.
At the very least, all gliders will have a tracker on board, so the tracking will be available from sites like WeGlide and Pure Track and places like that do tracking, I believe. Is that correct?
That is correct. Everything will be, IGC has had a project where they will have trackers with all sorts of information. The information will be on a 15-minute delay for sporting reasons, but the information will be the same.
Okay, great. And then also the SoaringSpot website, where I'm looking currently at the list of competitors. This will have all the results and the tasks for the day.
That's correct.
That's where people would go. So that's SoaringSpot.com, to the 38th FII World Gliding Championship page. There will also be some media pages that I'll be working on. Myself and Rich Owen are doing some media type things for the contest. We'll be recording videos, interviews with pilots, interviews with the glider manufacturers, things like that. Those will be posted on Facebook, which is there's a couple fake Facebook pages and fake other pages out there where they're using the same words. So I guess we'll have links so that we can make sure you get to the correct one. But this one is WGC Uvalde 2024. If you search from that, you'll find it. This is where I'll be posting videos. Also on Instagram at WGC_Uvalde_2024. There will also be a YouTube channel where we'll be posting videos. So, but doing a search for those, you should be able to find those pretty easily. But it should be kind of a fun to follow along with seeing the competitors talk about their flying day and how they won the day and things like that. So I think that'll add to the fun. All right. Anything else that you'd like to cover today, Eric?
Just very excited.
Yeah.
This is, as I said, this is the third championship in Uvalde, and we expect to have great soaring, great competition, great camaraderie, good friendship, and just 3 weeks of good fun.
What's the total number of competitors? Do you know, approximately?
We are at 67, and wow. It is. If you look at the number, it's a little down from the 2012 competition, but the reason is the way the the competition is now configured from the International Gliding Commission is that there's 2 per country in the open and the 18-meter class, but only 1 sailplane will be competing in the 20-meter, which is a 2-seater class.
Right.
And in 2012, we had 2 open class, 2 18-meter, and 2 15-meter class gliders. So just because of a change in the structure and makeup of the competition, the actual number of pilots is the same, but the number of actual sailplanes flying, I think the latest I saw was we're at 67.
All right, cool. And representing the U.S., we have, let's see, Carl Streetick and Sarah Arnold are flying an Arcus M in the 20-meter class. We've got, let's see, trying to look at my list here. Jim Lee is flying an EB-29R in the open class, and also Keith Bob. How do you pronounce it?
Bob, right.
He's also flying in the open class. I believe he's flying a JS1. And then in the 18-meter class, we've got, who is it there? Sean Fiddler and Sean Murphy. Sean Murphy's flying a JS3 in the 18-meter class. Great.
And Sean is flying an AS-33.
Okay. Great. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody down there. I'll be getting down there in a week or two, and just going to be a great time of hanging out with some of the world's best soaring pilots and watching top-level competition, and the world's best pilots and the world's best gliders go head-to-head, and it should be a very fun event. Thank you for all the work you've done for this, Eric. It's going to be a great event. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, we're looking forward to it as well. Look forward to seeing you, Paul.
Yep. Thank you very much.